Rahim. Welcome back to the part 5 key lessons learned from Roxanne Quimby. And we'll try to understand from this picture. So, if I asked somebody or if I asked my students in the BBMBA class that, look, this lady is here alone, she's in the jungle, in the forest, what does she need to make a $1 billion business? So if the people don't know the case, they will ask, they need a lot of planning, strategy, men, machine, material, building, consultants. So this is what the traditional answer will be. So if we look at this case, we find out that he starts with wax. And where did she find out? In the jungle. And where did she get it? From Burt. And it was for free. She needed wood to burn, to heat, and she got it from the jungle. That was for free. She had Burt as a mentor, as a partner, as a sounding board, as a partner, and she found it in her network. She needed people in her team, and where did she find? In her neighborhood, in her surroundings. And these were the people who not only brought their service, their sewing machines, their network, their skills. She needed a stove. She bought it from the old mart. She went to the used and market, and she was able to purchase it at a very low cost. How did she find? She approached through her network. She needed a truck to move and transport, and she borrowed it from Burt. She just borrowed it from Burt. And here you go. She needed a telephone access, she needed a connection. Rather than waiting and spending time and money to get it before she starts, she was able to convince a drugstore owner. And the drugstore owner was convinced, and here she get access. She needed a sewing machine to start with an experiment. Where is she to get? She get it from one of her ladies who were part of that network. And she needed a saw to make, you see those birdhouses, and she got this saw from Burt. So you see, all these resources were already there actually. But why was she not able to see? And this is where I use a verse of Iqbal, साहिब नज़र ज़ौक़ नज़र खूब है लेकिन people with a good viewing capability, I appreciate your wisdom, your ability to see. जो शाह की हकीकत को न देखे वो नज़र क्या. A person who can't look at things intrinsically, who can't see, who can only see things superficially, he will not be able to see. And this lady was able to create a whole new world out of these things which are found in the backyard, in your waste material or unused things and things which are generally we take it for granted. And this is what we call the bird in hand. So this is the entrepreneurial mindset, says that everybody is a $1 billion person, and if you reflect, you can see a lot of resources within you. And the tent, and she purchased or borrowed, and here she was living. And this is not a story of Africa or somewhere in a very less developed country. This is right in the United States, on the East Coast. And if you look at the various qualities of Roxanne, so when she says that one of the things that I had no security issue, I had nothing to lose. If there's no water, no running water, no tap water, no energy, no electricity, no gas, I can still live. And it's 1983, 84, 85. And so where do you get this? Where did she get this? I think this is the training which she got from her dad. This is the training which she got: resilience, hard work, and fighting spirit, and not to be a slave of your luxury and comfort zone. So this is a turning moment, and this is something missing in our curriculum. She did not use it. She did not have a credit card either. She did not have a bank account. She says she loved the freedom of starting a new business. The word freedom, independence, creativity, innovation. So that was available in this experiment. It was the most liberating thing, liberating her passion, love, her talent of making things, creativity. Loves on the being the edge. Look at this. She loves on being at the edge. She doesn't like predictability, a pension, gratuity, or a stable lifestyle. She says this is not this is not innovation. No one to make little more than you spent. And these are simple rules which I never found in any of my undergrad, master's, or PhD programs. So some of the key lessons learned in the story is that one should have nothing to lose. One should have nothing to lose. And then that leads to courage and determination. When you have very less to lose, you become courageous. You're not dependent on resources. You're not dependent on others. You can make your decisions independently. You can make decisions quick, independent. And that is called, we will discuss detail, we call it the affordable loss principle. And your ability to be independent. And that is a mindset. That is a lifestyle. And one needs to be trained on that from right in the beginning of your childhood. And living close to nature can help that. The next thing she says is small steps. Don't take big steps. Keep on taking small steps. Small candles, less candles, small few pieces of cloth, few birdhouses, and here you go. No loans. She says no loans. She never took a loan. And this $1 billion journey, she was not borrowing for money. She did not even have her own bank account. It was much later, after many years, when her sister convinced her to save money in that account so that it's not stolen. And why no loans? Because loans have to be returned. And if you get free money, less easy money, you have a tendency to spend more. And you have a tendency to make things more complex. And things which could have been made simple with less money, you make it more complex. And you need to take calculated risks. Calculated risks. Treat others as you like to be treated. You should behave with others as you like to be behaved. Look at the slack resources and waste around you. There's lot of rich resources around you waiting for you to be explored and returned back to society. So Roxanne Quimby gave a return like $4 million to her community by making a park. These are very interesting lessons, and surprisingly, when I look at the traditional BBMBA curriculum, I find very low reference to these things. Very few, very low, very few. And surprisingly, this lady, which is the founder of a $1 billion company, talks a very different language. And this is her picture, Roxanne Quimby, the queen bee. And you can see in this, see her story in detail in a video which will be part of the course pack and provided to you so that you can have a feel of this journey. And surprisingly, when I look back into our various faith-based literature, and especially the Islamic literature, I find that these qualities are those which are prophetic qualities. And in Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "Inna hadha lafi suhufil ula, suhufi Ibrahim wa Musa." And these are Abrahamic and the qualities of Musa alayhi salam and Jesus and the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. They are much more than this, much more. So these good qualities are mentioned in these scriptures. So with this set of this case is complete, and we have an advanced cases, case B and C, which we use in the traditional MBA programs. But for now, for this course, we think it is enough, and this gives us a lesson that with your passion, with your love, with your bird in hand, with small experimentation, with making friends in your society, and if you have a need, out of that need and necessity, you can make your own world. अपनी दुनिया आप पैदा कर अगर जिंदों में है If you are alive, you are equipped to make your own world. So this is a very interesting high energy case, and we will be building on to this case, and we will be understanding the effectuation theory of entrepreneurship based on this, and they will be trying building on more examples. What we wanted from you is that the take-home assignment will be that you need to reflect on who are you, what is your passion, what is your hobby, what is your bird in hand. And this is one question which arises in the beginning. Many people in Pakistan in our classes say, sir, this story can happen in United States of America. It can't happen in Pakistan because you can't find these people there. But eventually, when we will discuss more cases in this course, you'll find out that yes, oh, we can find similar birds or cars or people and trucks and machines and neighbors in our surroundings. So this case is not specific for the US, it's all over, and it can be your story. If you start reflecting, you will find your own bird, your own neighbors, your own mothers and own sewing machines. So with this, thank you very much and see you in another episode soon.